Hello, welcome to A Weekly Word. I'm Pastor Eric Tritton from Gloria Dei Lutheran Church in Hudson, Ohio. Glad you're with me. This is the week of Thanksgiving, and there's a lot going on this week, and hopefully you're going to be able to have some good celebration with some friends and loved ones. And if not, I hope that there will be some things that you can rejoice in and be comforted and be thankful for in your life. Because God has given us good gifts. And that is a really important theme as we think about the Christian life and the things that are central to who we are as Christians. We're people who Christ died for. We're people who have been redeemed. And there is very much a sense of gratitude that goes with the Christian life, even though sometimes it's difficult in this world. But as we read through the scriptures and we think about this idea of giving thanks for the blessings that have been poured out on us, there are a couple of psalms that jump to my mind. One of them is Psalm 107 and the other is Psalm 136. And they're kind of similar in some of their language. Here, let me just read part of Psalm 107 first. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His faithful love endures forever. Let the redeemed of the Lord proclaim that he has redeemed them from the power of the foe and has gathered them from the lands, from the east and the west and the north and the south. That idea of giving thanks because the redemption of God is ours is a great thing. And then Psalm 136, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His faithful love endures forever. Give thanks to the God of gods. His faithful love endures forever. Give thanks to the Lord of lords. His faithful love endures forever. This psalm in particular was probably written to be done liturgically, where the preacher or the worship leader would start out with the give thanks, and the congregation would respond with his love endures forever after each statement. And when I think about giving thanks, there are two main themes that these psalms lead us to thank God for. One is creation, and the other is redemption. As the people of God, we believe that God created all that there is, that he created us. And our gratitude for all of what we see in the world and all of the blessings that we have in our lives, it is an important part of how we relate to God. We don't come to him just expecting everything from him, but we come to him thankful for all that he has done, all that he has made. And now the reality is that we're not always thankful for the things that we have in our lives. And that's why that second theme of gratitude is so important, that God has redeemed us. And he did that by giving his son to die to pay for our sins, even sins of ingratitude, not rejoicing in the gifts that God gives us. And as I think about Thanksgiving, as I think about the many blessings that I have in my life, I think about my wife and my family, of course. I think about my congregation. I think I'm very blessed to be part of this church. I think about the church body that I'm part of. I think of the community that I live in and the schools that my children attend, and all of these things. And there's so much to be thankful for that are related to how does one live in this life? How do I live in this life? And when we celebrate Thanksgiving, I think a lot of times we think about those things that are related to creation. And that's good and that's right. But as you celebrate Thanksgiving this year, I want to encourage you to take a moment to think about those other gifts. Those gifts of forgiveness, those gifts of salvation, the gift of the promise of resurrection, and give a little bit of thought to what God has done for you, not just physically, but eternally. And I hope that as you think about those things, that it will give you joy. And that as you have joy in the things that God has done for you, that it will lead you to say, thank you. And I guess it's time for me one more time to say, thank you for being with me. And thank you for the other times that you've listened to me prattle on in these weekly words. I hope this has been a blessing for you. I've been doing this for about a year now, and I know it's been a challenge and something I've very much enjoyed doing across the past year. And if this is something that has been beneficial to you, I do ask that you would share it. And maybe more people will find it and it'll benefit others. So thanks again. God's blessings. Happy Thanksgiving.